There are people, there are Americans, free Americans. We are free men that want to simply, we're not allowed to kill. We're not allowed to grabble babble, but we have the right to boycott other nations, other companies. That is our right as Americans, whether you agree with it or not. And so this piece of shit, Ben Shapiri, and his little fuckface grabbler, Christian grabbler, by the way, Jeremy Boring, are now giving money to CNN in order to get Americans not allowed to boycott what they want. We don't have to justify what we boycott, Ben. We don't have to get permission and then have you tell us if we're a good boy or a bad boy. We don't need approval from the ADL. The ADL was formed because a Jewish man raped a girl to death and was let off because there was enough Jews in the justice system. He raped a girl to death. And then a bunch of people got justice for themselves with this rapist murderer. So the ADL was formed so that no masculine energy would ever exist again that may push back against rape murders. That's a true fucking story. And you know how you fight wizards? Truth. This is another little inspiring detail. This will help you guys understand how to fight these people. And if you trust me, never violence. Remember in Star Wars, there's truth drops, is what Matt from Quantum of Conscience says. Truth drops in Star Wars. Strike me down, young Skywalker. Why does he want that? Because it'll make him so powerful. The Senator Grabbler, right? Strike me down, young Skywalker. To complete the evil circuit. Have you ever dated a woman that is trying to get you to hit her? It's the same exact thing. Don't hit them because then it completes the victim loop and they own you. They want to own you. You know, women will get in your face. They want you to hit them so that they can be the victim and get you put in jail. Sound familiar? Now, understand that that's how the beast operates. The beast operates like that. Want to know what you do? You mock it, you thrive. When you see like one dot on a page and it sells for $10 million and you're like, I just don't understand art. If you don't understand art, it isn't good art. The whole point of good art is that it's so beautiful that you stop and you feel it and you love it, right? So when they charge $10 million for one of those dots and then they sell it to someone else and they say, that's money laundering. That's how you can start a new currency of nonsense, right? Now, there's something called living art. The gentleman, and I use that term loosely because he's a buyer and seller of humans, James Delafont, or whatever his name is, the pizza guy, he owned a living art museum called Pegasus. And what they would do is they would buy and sell living art. What is living art, you might add? Humans. So that's their shield. Where they go, well, what are you doing? It's like, I'm just buying and selling art. So it's a 3-for-1 deal for the grabblers, right? Modern art is hideous, right? You destroy beauty, you destroy form, you praise. Sound familiar? Comedy, guys, comedy, same thing. You get a dumb bitch to stand in a stadium and cry about her rape, and when people laugh, you say, "This isn't funny." You label it comedy. Now, what does that do? It destroys what people believe comedy is. It doesn't inspire anyone. There's a reason that the grabblers that were all Bolsheviks in the Soviet Union would build all their architecture would be giant blocks because they wanted people to feel small and uninspired. To remove logos from all art, all form, it suppresses the human spirit and it makes them very easy to control. Okay, so then what do you do once you do that to the art? Next step, use it to launder money. And then the step after that, Pegasus's Laura was born of blood. The step after that, use it to traffic human beings. Because when James Delafontes, which is French for I love children, J'aime de l'enfant, when I love children man would bring human beings from Haiti. They would go into his allegedly, my opinion. They would go into his art museum. Modern art is just saying this makes sense, but you won't understand. Just like being programmed, it's perception management. If you can get a human being to say that a dot or a squiggle or a blank, think about the power. Think about the power of it. You guys want to talk power? It says streams resume. You guys want to talk about power? You want to know what power is? Power is getting people to stand in front of a blank canvas and say that's art and spend $1 million on it. You want to talk about having power over human beings? That is power. Power is getting people to look at me and to say, that guy's the bad guy. The one who's in his backyard just talking about stuff, drinking coffee. That's power. Power is saying that Hillary Clinton loves women, that she's there to protect women. And people just go, okay, right down the memory hole you go. Power is getting people to say it's Franco Columbi, and it always has been Columbi. When everyone knows something's wrong and you can get them to say that it's right, power. Power is getting Heather O'Rourke, a child actor under the control of Steven Spielberg, who got anally raped to death, allegedly. And having people say, nothing to see here. She had the flu. That's wizardry, guys. That's the ultimate power. The ultimate power is to get people so cucked, so cowed, that they will buy modern art, that they will look at the Obama library and say, what good architecture, so powerful, so profound. Then you know you own them. That's why hazing rituals and stuff like that is important for power structures, because they'll beat on somebody and make them wear panties. That's why Steven Crowder makes his audience wear panties, literally, because he wants to show, I can take a man, get him to wear my panties, literally his Ranger panties. That's what he calls them. Give me money to wear panties. He will look at me and say, look, that guy's the Christian conservative who is, all his friends are Israeli operatives and he has no children and he's a liar. And he makes them wear panties. And they say, that's our guy. Over and over again. Want to know what you should be interested in? CrossFit, where you do manual labor work for no money. No money? No, not only is it for no money, you have to pay someone to move things around. Isn't there some sort of union for that? I should get at least $15 an hour to help people move heavy objects. No, you pay them to move things around, to do manual labor. Well, I'm a little more interested in the Federal Reserve and who's starting all these wars that we have to fight. No, you're a crazy person. You need medication. You're the bad guy. You should be interested in CrossFit, where we do manual labor for no money. Not only is it for no money, we pay them. And then we have goat yoga, where women do yoga as goats stand on their back. Isn't it adorable? Isn't it interesting? No, it's not interesting. I'm interested in who's starting the wars and who's stealing our money. But when something gets converged, things start not working. It isn't like this grand, I don't see the grand plan like other people do. I see it in a biblical sense, but not in a man sense. I think that because of so much debt and corruption and graft and evil and criminality and lies and coercion and all this stuff, they don't put any money into the grid. They don't fix the pothole except on a giant level. So that's what I see happening. I see things like, look at Venezuela. Things just start not working. That's what it's a slow burn. And for people that don't understand, that people think I'm crazy for that, it's already happening. Like LA might as well be third world. It's worse than third world. They have power outages. They have tent cities everywhere. Nothing works. The cops can't arrest anybody. My neighbor used to be a a cop in LA, and he said that it got to the point where there were so many warrants out for people that they couldn't even make arrests. There's too many. So it's like, it's already fallen. And just now multiply that. When I say the grid will go down, I'll say that there's days when you won't have electricity, and that'll come back on, and they'll grabble. It's corruption. It's rot. It's not like these people are like, tee-hee, we're going to take down the grid. It's just there's no one protecting things. There's no one fixing things. There's no one innovative. Like, our infrastructure in America is shit. Shit. Mexico is prettier than LA. It is. Mexicans come to LA and they turn around. They're like, wait a minute. There's some Mexicans that definitely come to LA and they're like, I can't see this sodomy. I'm a Catholic. There's nobody more base than LA Mexicans. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. I like LA Mexicans. But listen, a lot of you guys got to go home. But yeah, I mean, just as far as people, it's just you have to. I'm willing to give you guys Arizona. You know, they elected a sodomite for governor. You guys have been settling it for decades. You know, the cartels already run it. You know, I'm willing to make a deal. So Southern Arizona, Southern California, Southern Nevada, parts of New Mexico, I'll give it to the Hispanics, but you can't go any farther north. You know, because that's where the wall really has to go. It's not the Mexican-American border. They've already taken that area. How do people not see that? The way you take a country is demographics. It's having children. It's buying a house, having children. It's not with guns.